Run! Run! We know you was at them Diddy parties, nigga! We know you was there! We know you was at them Diddy parties!
A few years ago, Dwight Howard invited me to a Diddy party. It definitely wasn't what I was expecting. Diddy was giving me a house tour when I saw 1,000 bottles of lube. He told me he was going to use them for a massive slip and slide, but I didn't buy it. Then he tried to convince me to play a game of strip horse. He really wanted to see La Hammer.
He said, back in September, I'm sorry, I'm reading this now. He said, back in September, a video from 4 years ago of LeBron James and disgraced hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs resurfaced, in which James said, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party." The clip from an Instagram live stream resurfaced shortly after Combs was indicted and arrested on federal sex trafficking and racketeering charges. Combs is currently in jail awaiting trial, yada, 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 yada. So here's what Colby said. "I'm going to start this off, since I'm the man of the hour, the man of the show. I want to ask LeBron James, what does it mean by there's no party like a Diddy party? I really want to know. And not only that, LeBron, how many Diddy parties did you actually go to? I'm really curious to know. Is that the reason you left social media? Because all the backlash you were getting for going to so many Diddy parties?"
LeBron James partied even harder than Jay-Z at Diddy's parties. I'm about to make a documentary about him. He once said no party compares to Diddy's. Diddy's parties aren't made for regular people. No phones, no cameras, just NDAs and a room full of bodies.
50 Cent has just dropped new footage, and it doesn't open with accusations, it opens with a challenge. A question that's lingered far too long. How did so much unfold in plain sight while almost nothing was ever questioned? The surfaced clips pull Diddy back into sharp focus and place LeBron James directly into the conversation, reframing familiar moments not as isolated incidents but as pieces of a quieter, deeper pattern. What slipped past wasn't buried evidence, it was hesitation, unchecked closeness, deliberate silence, and the comfort of looking away. And when history goes unexamined, one question still stands. What have we chosen to protect, and at what cost?
Hey gang, what's up? Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Coming in. Shout out to the game, man. Appreciate everybody's flood the comments with "ain't no party like a Diddy party." That's a statement that LeBron James wish he would have never made, because now that statement is coming to bite LeBron James in the ass. All right, let's get to this headline real quick, gang. I'm finna show y'all.
No Diddy. Investigators reached out to him and they want a statement from him. Federal investigators want a statement from him. What do you mean ain't no party like a Diddy party?
No Diddy. It's going down. Watch this game. Let's do some headlines. Look. Let me let y'all see this real quick. It's right in your face. All you got to do is look at the forest and stop looking at the trees. All right, LeBron James' Lakers is becoming clearer and leaves more questions than answered. LeBron James, he left the NBA suddenly with no answers. All right, so it's headline news. What's really going on? All right, LeBron James is leaving the Los Angeles Lakers.
Diddy never climbed the ladder simply as an artist or executive. He established himself as a central gatekeeper of power and culture, quietly deciding who advanced and who was left waiting on the sidelines. His influence moved through high-profile events, calculated partnerships, and tightly guarded circles, where proximity to him carried real weight, and access itself transformed into a silent, unspoken form of control.
Okay, and this is all in 2024, gang. Look at the dates. You can go and verify this yourself. You can go to Google and Google these same titles. All I did was screenshot them for you all's pleasure. To the game, man. Let me see. Okay, so LeBron, because a lot of people say, is this clickbait? Is this clickbait? Whenever you come on the paper party, Gene, we got paperwork. We got receipts. You will never get clickbait on this channel. All right? Let's keep it moving, guys. All right, more headline news. LeBron James reveals why he stepped away from the Lakers. Whenever you step away from the Lakers, you are leaving the NBA. All right, that's in the title. He's leaving the NBA, so he's definitely stepping away from the Lakers. More headline news. LeBron
James represents far more than elite athleticism. He stands where sports, business, and moral authority intersect. His image is built on discipline and measured speech, which is precisely why his associations carry as much weight as his words. When someone of his stature repeatedly moves within the same exclusive circles, those ties take on symbolic power of their own. It isn't accusation, it's the pull of reputation, where influence invites scrutiny on its own. And when leadership is defined by values, one question lingers. When does silence itself start shaping the story?
I'm with Puff, and he's in exotic bookstores and he's doing shopping, right? He's shopping, getting his stuff and everything like that. So, you know, this is the first time I was ever in an exotic bookstore with Puff. So, you know, I'm giving him his space. He's taking things off the shelves and stuff like that because they gave him a brown paper bag. When they gave him a brown paper bag, he was just putting stuff in there. So I said, damn, you know, he got to go put it on the counter and, you know, show everybody what he's getting. So as he's going, I'm just looking at the places where he's picking stuff from. So there's one part he picked up some things from up here on my left side. And then he picked like quite a few of them down. I was like, okay. He put them in the bag. So when I went by there and I looked up there and it said butt plugs. And I was like, hey, yo, I was messing with him. Because people don't understand, you know, we was like friends. He was a part of the same gang. So I'm still gonna tease him. I'm still gonna mess with him and everything like that. I could do that. It wasn't just no security thing. So I say, yo, what are you getting this for? And it said butt plugs. And he was like, yo, can I do my shopping by myself? I said, yeah, you can do it by yourself, brother. And he started walking and everything like that. So when he got I just waited at the counter. So when he got to the counter, he didn't even have to show the guy nothing. He just gave the guy a wad of money. I mean, like he gave the guy a stack, something like this. And Puff wasn't the dude that carried no 20s and no 50s and nothing like that. And I mean, like, he just said, boom. And we walked out the store. So we had to leave Atlanta and go to North Carolina for a show. You understand? And it was him, this rapper, Sarah, and this other girl.
Archived moments have a habit of resurfacing at the least expected times, not because the footage itself changes, but because our understanding finally does. Remarks once dismissed as playful or flattering now return as quiet signposts in a wider reassessment of influence, closeness, and the environments that shaped them, taking on new weight as perspective sharpens and context finally catches up.
Let's see, not only is he leaving gang, LeBron sold his mansion for $39 million. All right, now, he leaving social media, he leaving the NBA. Now he just sold his 39. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something too. A lot of people may not know this, but LeBron James bulldozed it in order to get another one. So he is getting another mansion, but he sold his mansion. Remember, I have a bachelor's degree in real estate. Right? Whenever you start settling out of real estate, whenever you start leaving your obligations like playing for the NBA, and whenever you leave social media, reason. And I think I know why.
Party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah. So you know.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party.
Yo, how authentic was that thing on social media when they had LeBron in the maid outfit? How authentic was that? Did you see that?
The footage doesn't claim that words alone are proof, but it exposes how recorded moments reveal the comfort people carried inside spaces that would later draw scrutiny. The lens here isn't legal, it's cultural, showing how language can quietly signal belonging long before anyone thinks to ask questions. And once perspective shifts and history is revisited, the sharper question takes over. Who gets to define the meaning of what was once said, the moment context no longer protects it?
I'm saying it's Photoshop, but I seen different pictures, bro. I done seen like 7 different pictures of him that's made suit. So that particular picture can't be Photoshop if it's 7 different pictures of him in that particular made suit, unless all 7 of those pictures at different angles is Photoshop. So I don't think a lot of people say it is Photoshop. Shout out to Miss Cat Dog.
Just 50 Cent's name being attached to it again. These are two, as everyone knows, the 3 names in hip hop are Jay-Z, Diddy, 50 Cent when it comes to the status of where you could get as a business or a brand.
I guess so.
So for the top three individuals, for one to go at the other and release this doc, I don't know, what does that say to again, I keep asking about the hip hop state of things. What does that say to hip hop? Like,
yeah, man. But you know, when guys come on here, man, and they want to come and try to ruin your show and say that shit to some is clickbait, the more and more we try to teach them, the dumber they make us look, bro.
But you know what? That make them look dumb because watch this. I got 3 college degrees, bro. You know what I'm talking about? I own a lot of look, bro, my thing is this, bro. I don't have to be doing this shit, just like you don't have to be. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of people depend on this information, and a lot of people love hearing what Paperwork Party and Gene gotta say. So for the thousands of people that like hearing we gotta say, that's cool. For the 20 people, they need to get the fuck up out of here because it ain't no clickbait over here.
Right, it's all good, man. You know what I'm saying? But let's just concentrate on the people who
are we our own downfall? I guess I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It all depends on what you consider hip hop. Like, I don't consider any of this debauchery, any of this animalistic crap. I don't consider any of this hip hop. I grew up in hip hop. You know, I know what hip hop.
When official clarity falters, informal narratives take over. The absence of an authoritative account creates a vacuum where speculation doesn't just emerge, it multiplies. Not because it's accurate, but because it fills the silence. The footage shows how prolonged, quiet let conjecture stand in for transparency, blurring the line between suspicion and assumption. The result isn't only confusion, it's collective frustration, where silence feels like exclusion and rumor becomes a way of participating. And the tension lingers. Is speculation a distortion of truth, or simply the result of truth being withheld?
Rumored that he's been asked to come in, you know, and investigators reached out to him and they want a statement from him. Federal investigators want a statement from him. What do you mean ain't no party like a Diddy party?
And bro, I'll be sick too. If I'm at a Lakers game and it's feds all in the front row looking at you, talking about, yeah, we gonna get a statement, nigga, I wouldn't go to the games either. I miss the games too, nigga. Yeah, you talking about, nigga, you think the feds ain't going to LeBron games and saying, nigga, ain't no party like a Diddy party, we know what's going on? Come on, bro.
and we don't even know who they said. And then there's certain women's out here that state, I don't know how authentic their statements are, but they're saying that there's tapes with them with A-list celebrities having sex with.
Yes.
LeBron
allegedly
is an A-list celebrity, allegedly. But no, LeBron is an A-list celebrity.
Start off with Diddy basically recording him coming back to New York, recording himself, hiring a camera crew to technically turn himself in. You know, 5 days before he turned in, he came back to New York, you know, based on his lawyer's 6 days. Apologies. Based on his lawyer's recommendation, saying that, you know, of course, you know, he's cooperating. But for him to be recording this,
yeah, Mark Agnew Fafo, I'm calling him.
Yeah. Do you think his lawyers suggest? I mean, do you think that's just Diddy hubris, or like what was that as far as him just saying, "I'm gonna record this whole process"?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
You know who we should ask? We should ask Mr. Busby. Is LeBron James next on the list to be indicted? That's what we should do. We should call Mr. Huh?
You got Busby number?
Yeah, I got Busby's cell number right here. We should call Busby and be like, hey, is LeBron, matter of fact, let me put the question up. The question for the day, gang, ain't nobody trying to be funny. Will LeBron James be indicted with Diddy? That's the question for the day. Diddy done already been indicted. LeBron James say it ain't no party like a Diddy party. Busby say it's a lot of people on the list that he ain't.
Power and entertainment rarely stays in one lane. It flows across music, sports, fashion, and media through tightly woven networks of influence. When leaders from different empires meet socially, their combined presence creates a quiet insulation from scrutiny, built not on plotting, but on familiarity. The footage frames this not as secret scheming, but as convergence, an elite ecosystem regulating itself through shared access and mutual recognition. The effect isn't coordinated defense, it's systemic protection, where overlap becomes its own armor. And when influence intersects often enough, one question surfaces. Does accountability weaken when power is shared too widely?
But then if you got the A-listers, you know, you got to realize he ran with that Rat Pack, and I don't even say their names because they said I got their names wrong last time. What's his name? Kushner. What's the other guy? Leonardo. Yeah, his name. Man, I don't keep up with these cats. But I heard that that's not only the tape that's being shot. There's some other tapes out there, other people too with him. And him doing some things with some other people. So there's quite a few tapes that might be out there, what they're hearing. And I don't want to see the tapes, but I want to know if they really true. Because if they got if they got some tapes out there and it's with some underage, whether it's celebrities or not, it's gonna be crazy, bro. It's gonna be real crazy. And they're gonna have to bring that to forefront because the prosecutor's gonna want those tapes. And they're gonna do whatever they have to do legally to get those tapes. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. So we just better hope for his sake, that's just a bunch of bull crap. But then there's lawyers out there saying, yeah, the tape does exist. Lawyers got on television to say the tapes exist. I don't really know or trust that, because they was trying to say he had a tape with one of the bodyguards and this lady that came out. So we don't know what
The idea that private moments may have been widely recorded points to something deeper than shock. It speaks to control. Those who hold the records often hold the influence, whether they use it or not. Even the belief that such material exists can shape behavior, enforcing restraint through uncertainty alone. The threat of exposure becomes leverage, and silence feels safer than defiance. It raises real questions about autonomy, pressure, and unspoken fear. And when authority is reinforced by what might one day surface, one question becomes unavoidable. Is quiet still a choice, or has it been conditioned?
That's not Cassie doing, that's his doing, and his learned behavior from the people that mentored him. You gotta realize, man, he learned from Andre Harrell. He learned from Russell Simmons. He learned from Clyde Davis. You understand? When those people are telling you that they were heavy into the drugs, they was heavy into beating women and doing things at that age, at that crazy stage, that's gonna make him think that he could get away with the same thing that they was getting away with back then. You understand? The things that he was saying, you know, the touchy-feely between two men and all that stuff like that, man. All that, he learned that from them dudes. When I told y'all the story, when me and my man went up to Russell Simmons and he had a house and he had a man in bikini drawers in his bedroom, in his bed. You understand? Bruh, this is that he learned. I'm assuming he learned it from them. Let me put that. And I'm not gonna say alleged because I saw that for my own self. My man was with me, Slick was with me, and we saw that for our own self. You understand what I'm saying? So these are behaviors and things that with drugs and all the stuff that's going on, pills, drinking, it can make this man into a monster, and that's what it did, bruh. It made him into a monster, bro. I personally feel like he got a lot of the things that he did from his mentor, and then he probably did it to the 10th power. You understand? Russell Simmons admitted that he was a drug abuser. You understand? Russell Simmons admitted that he used to put his hands on women. So it's a learned behavior, bruh. Some of that stuff may be in him through his childhood. Through his childhood, he may have some of that things in him, but a lot of things that he was doing was a learned behavior, bruh. You just don't just turn it in a matter of years the way he was doing people, man. You understand?
Public personas are engineered with precision through consistent messaging, repeated signals, and careful distance from controversy. But when a dominant figure inside a powerful network begins to crack, those around them face a defining choice: speak, step away, or stay silent. The footage reveals how restraint is often dressed up as maturity, even as it quietly shapes how the public fills in the blanks. What gets lost in that pause is control of the narrative itself, because silence hands interpretation straight to others. And when reputations are this carefully built, the moment context turns unforgiving raises a sharper question. How resilient were they ever? Really?
So my whole thing about it is that there was something in that other than baby oil. That's why they took all the bottles. And 9 times out of 10, if I would give it a wild guess, it was, and like some of the people told me, it was probably that GHB.
What's that?
I think it's gamma hydrox. I looked it up, bro. Let me see if I can find it. I know this is just showing everything like that, but oh no. Let me. Yo, somebody tap dance or sing or do something, you know what I'm saying, while I'm doing this. Oh, here it go right here. It's gamma hydroxy butyric. What is its effect on the body? It's a euphoria, drowsiness, decreased anxiety, and memory impairment. It works on the nervous system and gives you this feeling of euphoria. So they take that and rubbed it on her, and you forget who you are, what you're doing. It can also give you memory loss, drowsiness, and that's under the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Administration.gov.
And LeBron is acting suspicious about missing all these games, acting like he's sick, this and that, selling his houses and shit.
But better yet, will LeBron James be added to the lawsuit, the civil lawsuit? Will it be added to the civil lawsuit? More so than being indicted?
Or the list, the witness list. Is they trying to get LeBron to testify against Diddy because of the "it ain't no party like a Diddy party"? He's been to all of them. You see what I'm saying? He may be a witness. Who knows? They may already flipped him. They may have already flipped him. You call Busby? Somebody said 1-800-BUZZBY. That's not his cell number. Shout out to Donahue. His cell number not 1-800-BUZZBY.
You know these thirsty people out there talking about yes.
Come on, 1-800-BUZZBY. Uh-oh, somebody said prophet. Shout out to Mystery Singer. I like that. That's a real educated word. I like prophet. I don't know if he got a profit agreement. We ain't found no paperwork of him having a profit agreement, but keep that in mind, Mystery.
Yeah, the U.S. attorneys have to do that. Give him a profit agreement.
Yeah, keep that in mind because he damn sure selling profit. I know he don't need no money. You only sell shit when you need money.
Mm-hmm.
He sold. Look, I didn't show you this one right here. He sold the one in Miami too for $18.5 million, bro. He done sold 2 cribs in 2 years. He sold the one in Miami for $18.5 million, and he sold the one in California for $39 million, bro. and he's sick. He's missing all these games and shit.
The footage ultimately makes one thing clear. What stayed hidden for so long wasn't a single moment or a single person, but a system held together by comfort, access, and shared discretion. The shift from whispers to documented history doesn't arrive through one sudden revelation. It comes from sustained scrutiny and a collective refusal to let unanswered questions quietly fade away.